Rejection, it's something we all face. But here's what's fascinating. Studies show that social rejection activates the same neural pathways as physical pain. Today we're exploring how what feels like devastation might actually be divine redirection.
That's such an interesting neurological connection, and it reminds me of this powerful story about David, where rejection literally shaped the course of history.
You know what's remarkable about David's story? His own father didn't even consider him worthy of being presented when Samuel came looking for the next king. Talk about a family rejection that turned into something extraordinary. Well, let's dig into that moment. Here's Samuel examining these tall, impressive brothers one by one, while David's out in the fields, completely overlooked. And that's when we get this game-changing perspective from God, saying, people look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. It's like God was saying, our human metrics for success and worth are completely backward.
That makes me wonder, what was it about David's heart that God saw that others missed?
Well, research shows that periods of isolation often lead to increased creativity and self-discovery. During those years in the fields, David developed skills that would be crucial for leadership. He became a skilled strategist through protecting sheep, a warrior by fighting predators, and even a poet through writing psalms.
So what you're saying is that the very rejection that could have broken him actually became his preparation period.
Exactly. And here's what's fascinating about rejection from a psychological standpoint. Studies show that people who faced significant rejection often develop stronger emotional intelligence and resilience. It's like rejection works as a sort of emotional muscle builder.
That's exactly what we see in David's story. He didn't just survive rejection, he used it as a catalyst for growth.
You know what's really interesting? Modern leadership studies show that leaders who face significant setbacks often make more empathetic and effective leaders. They're better at handling criticism and more in tune with their team's needs.
Well, that certainly explains why David became such a beloved king. He never forgot what it felt like to be the overlooked one.
And here's something crucial about rejection that neuroscience has revealed. Our brains actually process social rejection in the same region that processes physical pain. It's why rejection hurts so literally.
So when we talk about rejection being painful, it's not just a metaphor.
Not at all. And what's fascinating is how this pain can either break us or transform us. In David's case, instead of becoming bitter, he developed this incredible resilience that later helped him lead a nation through crisis after crisis.
The way you describe that makes me think about how rejection often feels like an ending, but it's actually a beginning of something we couldn't have imagined.
Exactly. And psychologists have found that people who reframe rejection as redirection often show higher levels of life satisfaction and achievement in the long run. It's like they're able to see the bigger picture beyond the immediate pain.
That perspective really changes how we might view those moments of being overlooked or passed over.
And here's what's really powerful. Studies show that when people stop seeking external validation and develop a strong internal sense of worth, their decision-making abilities actually improve. They become more authentic leaders and more resilient individuals.
So in essence, rejection can be the very thing that sets us free from the need for others' approval.
Precisely, and in David's story, we see this beautiful paradox. The very qualities that made him seem unsuitable in others' eyes, his youth, his shepherd's heart, his poetic nature, became the very things that made him an extraordinary leader.
That's such a powerful reminder that our perceived weaknesses often contain our greatest strengths.
Looking at current research on resilience and success, it's fascinating how often major achievements come after significant rejections. Some studies suggest that early career setbacks can actually lead to stronger long-term success rates.
Well, that certainly puts a different spin on facing rejection in our own lives.
And perhaps that's the most important takeaway. Rejection isn't a verdict on our worth. it's often a redirect toward our purpose. Just like David, our rejection story can become our revelation story.